Hello, my name is Ovoke. I am a medical doctor. Today, on the best foods for people with stomach ulcer symptoms to be happy. So, shall we begin? Ulcer symptoms here refer to pain in your tummy. And usually, this could be made worse by being hungry. Some people sometimes will even have bloody vomit or stools, and this is where it gets really serious. We think this pain happens because an injury on the walls of your stomach or intestines has occurred. And we also know that a bacteria called Helicobacter pylori is notorious for causing this. Therefore, it is important to see your doctor, who may perform some blood or other special internal camera tests to actually make a diagnosis of this. These tests may be negative, and in that case, we'll say you have what we call the functional dyspepsia and not an ulcer. Now, this will come as a surprise to you. Did you know that 7 to 9 out of 10 people in Nigeria have Helicobacter pylori infection? It's shocking, isn't it? Obviously, this is different from the way it is in other climes where the incidence is much lower. We think that medications such as aspirin, ibuprofen, and diclofenac may cause 1 out of 10 cases of ulcer. There are also some factors to be implicated in the cause of ulcer, and these will include surgeries on your stomach, cigarette smoking, some medications to improve mood, some kind of cancers, and we also think that some physiological stress may also be associated with this disease. Some serious infections, some autoimmune diseases where your body fights against its own cells, and in some cases, when people have poor immunity, they may develop ulcers in their stomach or their intestines. Contrary to general belief, the consumption of alcohol or coffee does not seem to increase the risk of peptic ulcer. It's quite interesting, isn't it? We'll come back to that later on. Now, with ulcer, things could get really serious when the injury on the walls of your stomach or intestine extends to the surrounding organs, and obstructions may even occur from scar tissue around the stomach. There's been an injury, so it heals, it forms a scar. Another injury, another day, it heals, it forms a scar. And when the scars go around the tummy, it could lead to an obstruction, and this would be really serious. So guys, let's come to how is it treated. I will answer this by saying, please see your doctor. Please see your doctor urgently if you have the symptoms. That is the logical thing to do. Shall we talk about how to control some of the symptoms? Even though you're already on treatment for peptic ulcer, it is also important to carry out some healthy practices that could help to control the symptoms. Well, first of all, I will say stop self-prescription of some medicines. We call these medicines NSAIDs, NSAIDs. It is short for non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. And like I said earlier, this includes aspirin, ibuprofen, diclofenac, just stop the self-prescription of this medication. They could actually do more harm than good for you. Stop smoking too. Apart from the fact that it's been an established cause of peptic ulcer, we also know that smoking is not good for your health. It causes lung cancer. So guys, shall we stop smoking? Moderating the intake of alcohol is not a bad thing, as it also improves the health of your liver. Moderating the intake of caffeinated drinks, including tea, is also a good idea. Tea is good for you. And then the part we will really enjoy hearing in the one of them is improving your lifestyle, and that doesn't mean buying a Ferrari, eating 1,000,000 times a day, eating the head of the cows. No, it simply means improving basic lifestyle, like reducing stress, paying attention to your diet. For example, most nutritional experts would advise 5 portions of fruits and vegetables every single day. And that means Monday, Tuesday, up till Sunday. You could never go wrong with this because it is good for the health of your stomach and your intestines. Apart from the many nutrients that are contained in these items, they also come with a lot of fiber, and this would help your bowel motions, basically reducing your risk of developing cancer of the colon later on in life. Let's talk about some particular fruits and some meals and some kinds of food that are healthy. Oranges, lemons, and grapefruits. I can hear your intake of breath. Now, I know this is quite surprising, and it is actually contrary to general belief. These fruits are more helpful than harmful. However, I will say you know your body best. As long as it agrees with your individual tolerance, I will say go for it. Apples are also good for your body. Strawberries, vegetables, including the green ones, spinach, kale, lettuce, cucumber. Other vegetables like carrots, sweet potatoes are also really good for you. Basically, eating a rainbow on your plate is a good thing. We recommend that you avoid high content of saturated oils, like those found in red meats. Go for the unsaturated oils found in avocados, nuts, and oily fish. Either way, the quantity should always be controlled for the health of your gut as well as for your general well-being. Carbohydrates in controlled quantities also really good. Allow these carbohydrates to occupy only a quarter of your plate and not more. Legumes and pulses are also healthy. These should also occupy only a quarter of your plate. For example, our popular beans that we eat and we enjoy so much. We use this to making moi moi and all of that. It should occupy a quarter of your plate. So quarter legumes and pulses, a quarter of carbohydrates, and obviously we know what is in the rest part of the plate: vegetables and fruits. Continue with low-fat yogurts. That is good for you. It is good for your intestines. A little honey is also good for you. And go easy on salt. Salt basically hides everywhere seeking home to destroy. Spices are good for you. However, if you have an ulcer or you have ulcer symptoms, moderation will be the key here. A completely bland diet has never really been a good thing. In conclusion, guys, as long as it agrees with your individual tolerance, eat everything. Some individuals will report worsening of their symptoms after eating spicy or citrus fruits. However, there is no evidence to show that citrus fruits like oranges, lemons, and grapes actually worsen the symptoms of peptic ulcer. You know your body best. If your symptoms get worse after any meal, any particular kind of food, it is logical to limit or avoid them so that you can feel your best. I can definitely say it is not advisable to eliminate an entire food group from your diet. It's been really nice talking with you today. It's been a good learning experience for me. I hope you have learned something from this. If you have any comments or any questions, you can just drop them at the bottom of this page and I will get back to you as soon as I can. This is Ovoke again. Thank you so much for listening. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.